The following is a public service message from Pathological Liars Anonymous.
Ochosi also deals with justice. Ochosi also deals with justice. So it's not just the hunt. It's not just finding the resources you need. It's not just finding the people you need. It's not just finding the opportunities you need up the road that SU opened for you, but it must be justly acquired. It must be justly acquired because Ochosi deals with justice as well, along with Obatala. Ochosi deals with justice about getting that business. Did you get the business the right way?
That is an Akron public school. William Rose does not have a school. That is a Detroit charter school. Puffy Combs does not have a school. That is a Harlem charter school. Talk to me when one of these rich Negroes actually uses their money to build an independent school with black teachers out of their own money, where they control the curriculum, they control the pedagogy, they control the instruction, and most of all, they hire the teachers.
Right.
LeBron James didn't hire a single soul for that.
Everybody wants to know, where's the extra money? Where'd the extra money go? And why is it taking so long to open this school? Like people feel like, and I'm not just going to say people found, because I'm also going to share a story with you as well. But people feel like, the time that 6 years is just a very long time to be raising money. You know what I mean? And to finally get the building that you ended up getting that are in disrepair and all of that. And I think it's the transparency that people are looking for. A lot of people are looking for you to be more transparent. And when they don't see this transparency, it makes them feel, skeptical.
It's not just about getting that business. Did you get the business the right way?
We don't want the iPhone. Nah. We don't want the iPhone.
And sisters, we could slice these classrooms up and make them 20 if we want. We can slice these classrooms up and make them 20 if we want, but we don't want to do that. This is our school, and we are going to complete the job of renovating this academy. We have a sacred mission to educate black boys. Now, there are people who are running around the country lying, claiming that they have a real school. They don't. They have a home school. They are homeschooling people's children for them, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's a good thing. I commend all the brothers out there who are homeschooling people's children for them. But let us not confuse a homeschool with a real school. See, there's some differences between a homeschool and a real school, okay? Homeschools are decentralized. Homeschools are not heavily regulated. Homeschools don't come with the responsibilities or the expectations of a public school or a charter school or a parochial school or a independent school. Stop confusing homeschools with regular schools. Kong Consciousness coming to you live and direct from the only independent revolutionary Pan-Africanist Academy in the United States of America, being built exclusively with the black dollar. To 300 students, you're going to want your child to come here. You're going to want your child to come here to the Marcus Garvey Frederick Douglass Academy. The Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. And if we don't have enough, your child won't be able to come. So we need you to donate So once we are done the Marcus Garvey School, we can start working on the Frederick Douglass School. Once we are done the Marcus Garvey School, we can start working on the Frederick Douglass School. Now I'm going to have to get on my contractor. Because his professionals have been urinating in the toilet, and they know the plumbing is being renovated as we speak. The plumbing is being renovated, and you cannot urinate in our urinal or toilet if we don't have the water running yet, because the plumbing is being renovated. See, these are the problems we have to go through here at the
scamming. He started this shit back in like 2009, 2010. And he promised in 2013 to open up his, leadership freaking school. And, they're going to have helicopters. This is what he said. His exact words, not mine. I ain't making no shit up.
Now, we're also going to teach your children dietary and nutritional science. I want our children to be masters of healing the body without no pharmaceuticals from the drugstore. I want that little boy back there, if mommy not feeling well, he can go out to the yard, get some herbs, boil it, put a little honey in it, little cayenne pepper, and knock mommy flu right on out. I want them to be able to heal diabetes. 10 years old, and they know how to heal diabetes. That's what I want in my school.
No white grants, no white donations, no government funding, no white corporate handouts.
Donors donate. So my accountability is only to those who donate. I want to be very clear about that. It's only to those who donate. So people who ask random questions, they'll never get answers because you don't support this. Now, with that being said, let me also say this. The other question that you asked, which is often asked, is 6 years you don't have the school yet. I'm not to blame for that. The community is to blame for that. I cannot manifest the school out of thin air. Schools cost money. They're not houses. They're commercial property.
People always talk about, why can't black people just come together and work together? What is it about us? Well, we've been conditioned not to. Slavery was a process that conditioned you and rewarded you. People forget that. Slavery rewarded us for working against our own best interests.
This partial solar eclipse is asking us to look at the lack of love and appreciation and compassion and harmony in the black community. That's what today's
the commercial property. But because we're not used to building things exclusively with black dollars, we don't understand how long does it take to get that done. I'm not a charter school. I'm not a public school. My school isn't going to subsist on white handouts and government funding. My school is grassroots Pan-African Academy. So it'll take as long as it takes until we raise the money to achieve the goal. It is that simple. Why the school ain't up yet? Because we're not raising enough money. But guess what? Okay.
Olokun's domain is that deep, dark part of the ocean that has never, ever been investigated.
And this guy has been scamming from the black community from, like I said, 2009, 2010. That's where he started his horse shit. And he's still doing it to this day. What's shocking me is that the black community, what are you waiting for? How is this guy still able to do what he's doing? And some of y'all have not shut him down and put a stop to this nonsense.
That has never, ever been investigated. Now let's talk about cease and desist. The whole talk on YouTube is about cease and desist. Anybody want some Dr. Papa FDMG water?
When we can't even access the wealth we need to build the businesses that we are capable of opening and operating. We ain't free.
Please Brothers and sisters, stop looking at what they say and start studying what they do. Stop looking at what they say and start studying what they do, brothers and sisters.
This is my primary text. This is my primary text. Okay? This is my main book.
I was not Shango, I was Ogun. And I believe the reason I was Ogun is because
everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to another one of my videos. Today is definitely recording day. And in this video we are continuing our Children of Orisha series, and we are talking about the children of Ogun. Ache Areri, mi padre Ogun. Ogun, the great Orisha of technology, the great Orisha of work, the Orisha of willpower, the great one that never stops working. All right.
if it is not logical, if it does not make logical sense, it is automatically pathological. Stay with me.
Helicopters picking up the parents to take them back to the school so they can watch them graduate. Helicopters that children are going to fly. Yeah. They're going to have a shooting club and a dirt bike team and all this other insanity. And this guy has been scamming from the black community from, like I said, 2009, 2010. That's where he started it.
If it is not logical, if it does not make logical sense, it is automatically pathological. Stay with me. And I believe the reason I was Ogun is because
Definitely, one of their main qualities is that they tend to be really good with technology. They're very tech savvy for the most part. They're very tech savvy. They're very good at repairing things. They're really good handyman or handywomen, or just using a hammer and a screwdriver. They're just really good at fixing things and doing things and repairing whatever may have been broken around the house.
I am not a builder, but I'm learning to be a builder.
Order something. Why would you have it sent to a crane company? The crane company would be like, well, no, we're not accepting that. Send that back to whoever ordered that. We're not taking that, signing for it. He's out of his fucking mind.
It is not logical. If it does not make logical sense, it is automatically pathological. Stay with me. The school will not be ready in time for the festival because in order to get approved, you got to have all systems renovated. In order to get approved, you got to have all systems renovated. So if it takes 90 days for them to manufacture the custom-made, I would have ordered it 2 years ago when we bought the school. If I knew it would take 90 days to have a unit, I would have ordered it 2 years ago when we bought the school, but I didn't know, brothers and sisters. A Jean-Jacques Dessalines Nat Turner Gymnasium HVAC update. And I want to give you an Honorable Marcus Garvey Elementary School HVAC update. I want to give you a Jean-Jacques Dessalines Nat Turner Small Gymnasium. I'm learning this. I am a scholar, psychologist, academic, political scientist, Pan-Africanist. I am not a builder, but I'm learning to be a builder.
Land the units, run all the ductwork on the inside, and we can bang them out in like 3 weeks. They don't take that long to do. Except for
On the Frederick Douglass School. Now, I'm going to have to get on my contractor.
She need to get her cupcakes
warmed up. And brothers, every once in a while, you need some cupcakes and cookies with your milk. But I'm telling you, the quickest way to a spiritual depletion is Black Power. Can I get a Black Power? They said it's taking too long, like they got something else to do. It been taking too long for the Democrats to deliver something to black folks, but you still voting Democrat. Okay, you ain't asking the Democratic Party how long it's gonna take to deliver something to your front steps.
You don't have to ask those questions. The owner of Quaker Grits, because Negroes give them $11 million a year. Guess who don't have to ask that question? Nike and Air Jordan, because Negroes give them $4 billion, $2 billion a year. Malt liquor, $4 billion a year. Weave, perm, and beauty products, $30 billion a year. Fast food, $1 billion a year. They don't have to ask the Europeans and the Jews and the Chinese and the Arabs. They don't have to ask how long it's going to take them to get that Negro money. We give it freely. But when one of our own steps up with the track record, the experience, the credentials, and the resume to do something like build a school to save black boys with the hell that black boys are catching in this country, we don't support them because number one, we don't want him to get the credit. Number two, we don't want the responsibility of doing for self. And number three, you understand? We want to find an excuse to keep on depending on white folks. So that's really the answer to that. But I want to answer you.
That's a run of the school. Will it be ready by December? No. Will it be ready by January? No. It will probably be able to be renovated by the way he's moving, the way he's going about everything. I'm going to say spring to summertime. And that's because he's losing people faster than he's gaining people. And the people that he gained, it's like he will lose them because his true colors will come out if they're not.
Even though they was no good. But you do get something for your money. But when you put your money in the church bucket, what do you get back? Hope in a future after you die. In my position on that, if I have to die to experience heaven, I don't need that religion. Anyone who tells me that I should be content with accepting hell on earth, when the white man has his heaven here, and the Chinese man has his heaven here, and the Arab and East Indian has his heaven here, and they're even building their heaven in my ghetto, and you're telling me I got to die in order to experience what they are getting right now? That's a religion I don't need. Because that's a religion for servitude.
You gave me 25 damn dollars and you think you free now.
Struggle ain't done. We got to keep on pushing. The struggle ain't done. We got to keep on resisting. The struggle ain't done, brothers and sisters. We ain't free. Who told you we was
losing because his true colors will come out if they're not donors. But he thinks he's actually Black Panther. Whatever that character name is, that's what we think he is. And he think he's going to build a school where everyone's going to praise and worship him. And I'm here to let y'all know that we don't need a principal running around with that mentality.
Which is often asked. It's 6 years he don't have the school yet. I'm not to blame for that. The community is to blame for that. I cannot manifest the school out of thin air. Schools cost money. They're not houses. They're commercial property. But because we're not used to building things exclusively with black dollars, we don't understand how long.
The school will not be ready in time for the festival.
We have to put the black church to task and ask them, what are you doing with our Jesus money? Let me everybody in here to come up with a dollar amount that you can afford to mail every month, and you mail it. I don't care if it's $10, $20, $50. You come up with what you can afford and you send me that. I'm getting sick and tired of getting texts on my cell phone for black folk talking about I've donated like they done.
You gave me 25 damn dollars and you think you free now.
Reconstruction. This is a spiritual movement with Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey, RBG, International Leadership Academy. So that's what we're about doing right now. So come on down. Come on down. We got the gloves. We got the cleaning products. We got some water, some snacks. 4 hours. We're going to get as much as we can get in these 4 hours, and then we're going to roll it out from there. Y'all feel me?
One love. Let me grab that. I'm looking out. Peace and love, black families, the Prince. I'm at the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, just picking up some trash, cleaning up a little bit at your school, our school, my school.
Day was 10 to 2. It's 3:30. We still ain't stopped. I'm still here. Kings and queens working together. And here goes Sharon and Kalia.
It's going down.
Kalia look like a ninja with the gas mask.
Gifts. Gifts. More gifts.
Lately, we need some donations. $ FDMG school.
This shit is going to end right now.
Any day, they also tend to be very good judges of character. So a lot of times you really gotta, it is really good for a child of Ogun to just evaluate things, situations, and people, and they tend to make very good judgment calls in their mind about what they think.
I missed them old Boy Scout trips. Waking up in that early morning and
We're gonna give them Negroes jobs so they can shut up. That's exactly what we did. You heard the old saying, right? They said we went into the state house with a fist up and came out with a paycheck and got quiet. So guess what's causing the black college student to rise up now? The fact that they see that there's no more paychecks. They see that there's no difference between the brother on the corner and the one at Morgan State, the brother in the jail and the one at the University of Maryland. There's no
More than 10 years ago, I built a council of elders for Team Pan-African. And guess what? No one knows who they are. And they don't need to know who they are until the time is right.
shout out to the Detroit Nawapian Nation for doing my security. Looking out for Dr. Umar Johnson. They had my back. Nawapians all day long. Shout out to Dr. York. You're getting out soon. Hold your head, elder. Shout out to the whole Detroit.
All of my elders are Pan-Africanists. My two main elders are Moors. My two main elders are Moors. Not ever commit to a permanent alliance with any other organization. Never. Because of that organization betrays the people. It will reflect negatively on your organization, and it can affect the people's trust in your movement.
Nawapians all day long. Shout out to Dr. York. You're getting out soon. Hold your head, elder. Shout out to the whole Detroit.
Okay? So whatever your vices are, you need to learn them and you need to master them, because the FBI is going to psychologically profile you and they're going to use your weaknesses against you. Okay?
Peace and love, black family. It's the Prince of Pan-Africanism. We here at the hotel. I'm just getting in a little early spa treatment, you know what I mean? The students asleep upstairs. They're going to start waking up soon. Breakfast needs to be served. So I just need to come down here, relax a little bit. We've been having a great time so far. I can't believe it's only been 3 nights. We've done so much. A couple of the students were a little uptight at first. They didn't know what to expect. But even they have loosened up. Everyone's enjoying themselves. They're learning a whole lot. And I just thank God.
Very slowly. Build your inner circle very, very slowly. Build your inner circle very.
Columbia University, an Ivy League institution. He was a lawyer on top of all of that from an Ivy League institution. Paul Robeson is one of the most under-acknowledged, underrepresented, and under-remembered Africans.
The number one vice that they will try to use against me is the fact that I'm single. I'm not married. So 9 times out of 10, they'll try to get to me through a woman. I'm not a drinker. I don't party. I'm very much old-fashioned. Okay? So it'd be difficult infiltrating my life because I don't have any of the vices that a lot of people have.
The Black Potter, I am the last dragon.
Dishonorable people will never let the truth get in the way of a good lie.
Must you be able to trust them, they must also be useful to your mission. They must be trustworthy and they must be practically useful to what you are trying to do.
Any day, they also tend to be very good judges of character.
If you cannot trust them, they should not be in your inner circle. And if they don't bring anything to the table, likewise, they should not be in your inner circle. Public speaking skills. You must develop the ability to capture the minds and imagination of African people in 5 minutes. You must develop your persuasive ability skills. You have to persuade.
Is that they tend to be really good with technology. They're very tech savvy for the most part. They're very tech.
Okay, so I think we need to go back to newspaper myself. Okay, so people can see exactly what my thoughts are. The Facebook lives are good. The Instagram lives are good. The lectures are good. But I need a newspaper. Okay, and
if it is not logical, if it does not make logical sense, it is automatically pathological. Stay with me.
White man says so on paper. You free because somebody mentioned your name in a speech? Brothers and sisters, stop looking at what they say and start studying what they do.
I mean, children of Ilegua, I'm sorry, are people who are very trickster. They're always playing games with people. They are vindictive, but they do it in a way where nobody would ever know. They tricksters. They always tricking people. They always playing with people's mind. They are very good in manipulation. They're always out in the streets. Children of Ilegua, they love to actually not play the victim, but they like to stir a lot of drama everywhere they go. Children of Ilegua, I love Children of Ilegua because to me, they're fun to be around. They're just so unpredictable. They are funny, but they do things that nobody would ever do, and then they actually make them seem like they are pure and nothing is going on, that they didn't do anything. That's characteristics of people who got Ilegua. Now we're
looking at leadership. Black man, are you being a leader in your family? Are you being a leader in your community? Are you being a leader at church? Are you being a leader in the black movement? Or are you just a sucker causing problems in the black community? Are you one of them Negroes running around the hood, not taking care of you?
Your love for white women and poorly seasoned fried chicken is making you weak. Go get some Kangen water. I promise. I might even break a sweat next time. Oh yeah. Corn is making you infertile.
Pathological Liars Anonymous. We care, and that's the truth.